Tov, everyone. So Parshat Shelach, this week's Parsha, the main story in our Parsha, of course, is the story of the spies, the Meraglim. And, we think about Parshat Shelach, that's the main story we know, so we can discuss a lot about this story. But actually, there's some more things happening in the Parsha after this story. And a lot of the commentators trying to understand why to put in other things in the Parsha. This is such a big story, the story of the Meraglim. This is going for a long verses, the description of before they sending them, and then they're in Israel, they're getting back, all the debate between Yoshua and Caleb and all the other spies. So, leave it alone, let Parshat Shelach be this. Why to add more? And there's mainly 3 additions to the story of the Meraglim. I saw in the commentaries how each one of the Parshiyot, of the additions to Parshat Meraglim, maybe can give us an answer or connection to the Parshiyah of the Meraglim. So I said there's 3 of them. I'm going to talk about one of them today and the other 2 tomorrow. So the first one is the Parsha of meal offering and some wine additions to the sacrifices, which is, generally speaking, really not connected, because we know all the main laws of korbanot, of sacrifices, we already read in Parshat Vayikra, and Sefer Bamidbar is supposed to be just, how they did it, all the sacrifices of the Nesi'im, how they celebrate during the Mishkan. And now we have chidush, something new. By the way, when you bring in a sacrifice, you need to add also solet, which is kind of flour. Okay, kind of a flour. Also some wine, some additions to the sacrifice, and it goes very specific. It goes from measuring esronim. Some of them need to be 2 esronim, 3 esronim, 1 esronim. There's also the measuring of the wine. Hin. There's a third of a hin, half of the hin. This needs to be very, very accurate. And the commentator is asking, why? What's the connection? It's right after the Parshat of Meraglim. So Rashi, first of all, suggesting that all of this part of the meal offerings and the wine addition starts with the verse, Daber el bnei Israel v'amarta alehem, talk to Bnei Israel and tell them, Ki tavou el eretz moshvotechem. When you'll come to your land, only then you need to do that. So first of all, to the rest 39 years, you don't need to do that. You just need to do that in Israel. How is that good? Because you just had a big scene that told you you're not going to get into Israel. Don't worry, you're going to get there. There's going to be a part, well, not you, but the next generation, who's going to get to Israel. And this is some mitzvot for them to know, I have hope. There is a mitzvah I'm going to do when I'm going to get into Israel. But I heard a beautiful answer from Arav Yaakov Maidan, Arav Amnon Bazak, another rabbi from Yeshivat Agush, Arav Amnon Bazak. He says he looked further in the Parsha, and he took Hebrew word that return itself 3 times in 3 verses, and he says maybe that's the key of the connection between these meal offerings and the wine to the Parsha of Meraglim. And the verses, I'm not going to get all of them, just the parts of the word that getting over and over again. It says in the end of it, Kacha yaseh lashor ha'echad. So shall be done for each one of the bulls. And then another verse. Kamispar asher ta'asu, kacha ta'asu. The numbers I told you, like this, so you will do. And then another verse after that. Kol ha'ezrach yaseh kacha et ele. All the citizens, you will do like that. The word kacha, which is translated to so or like that, repeated itself 3 times in every verse. And what Rabbi Amnon Bazak trying to say, well, one of the explanations of the scene of the Meraglim was Moshe gave them some questions. Look if the country is like this or like this. See if we need to go from here or from here. And they got back and they added some stuff. They said their opinion. They said what they think. And so the next mitzvah that Hashem brings them is like that. Just do like that. Sometimes don't ask questions. Don't add additions. In some of the mitzvot, some of the things, you need to do by the book. Kacha, third of a hin, 2 yesronim. And don't ask many questions. So maybe the first lesson, and again, I'll add one more tomorrow. The first lesson we can add to repair the sin of the Meraglim is not all the time we have to ask questions about what Hashem leading us or what Hashem tells us to do. And sometimes we just need to do kacha, like Hashem told us. Good luck with that. We go.